Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Neutral Corner. This is episode 1. It's Cool Breeze.
And this is Ron. You can also call me Razor. Razor Ron works too.
And this is boxing. We talking boxing. This is a boxing podcast. Make sure
Yeah,
y'all
we
can
do a
see me.
little MMA on here, little tidbits of there because you do that Wing Chun stuff.
Yup, facts. So I did Wing Chun. A little brief history on how we got the knowledge of boxing, how we became big boxing fans as kids. We always used to get together at Pop House, watch the boxing. Roy Jones was our favorite fighter. He still is our favorite fighter, but at that era, at that time, he was our favorite. And we used to get all the cable, get all the pay-per-view fights, pay for them joints, and we used to all get together, all the cousins at Grandpa House, RIP to Pop, and watch all the fights. And
RP Pop Up.
we kept at it. We kept staying big fans of boxing. We kept watching it. So we're gonna talk our talk. This is coming from the fans of boxing. We diehard fans of boxing.
Yeah, we see everybody else, putting their opinions on, and we grew up in boxing and baptized. We're from Philadelphia, the mecca of boxing. Joe Frazier's gym. I was there as a 1 and 2 year old with Michael Spence, because we're related.
Michael Spence.
He's our uncle.
Michael Spence.
I was at the gym. I learned how to hit the speed bag from Joe Frazier. So like the roots are deep. So we see all these people putting their opinions out here. We're gonna we can share ours too.
We about to get to that in a second too.
We got like over 40 years experience, basically like 90 years experience combined. Yeah, between the two of us of watching it and just following and studying everything.
And I remember out the fight with Michael Spence. I was a baby. I think I probably was in diapers. That was the only fight I went to of Michael Spence, and that's when he lost to Mike Tyson. That was crazy. Soon as we got there, it was like, soon as we sat down in our seats, it seemed like the fight was over. Like it seemed so fast. But we got a lot of history in that. Not like he said, I did Kung Fu. I studied Wing Chun, Kung Fu boxing under the guy under Ip Man's son, Ip Chung, who taught him. The guy that learned from Ip Man's son was my instructor. So it was the lineage. The lineage was like it passed down. It was down from there. So it was fun with contact sports. Sparring, we did all that. That's fun. So let's get right into it though. Neutral corners. And right now, what's the biggest topic in boxing? We all know who everybody's talking. The biggest
Crawford and Errol the Truth Spence. Both undefeated, both champions, they both held multiple belts. They currently hold belts. It's no other fight matters right now other than this fight. This is the fight. This is the Pacquiao Mayweather of this generation. This is the Pacquiao Mayweather of this generation, and I got my picks. You got your picks too.
And it's like all of our lives, we always had the same favorite fighter. Like we always had that's my favorite fighter too. Like we always Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Mayweather. Like this is the only time we disagreeing. That's the crazy part. This is the only time that we disagree. I'm team Bud, Terrance Crawford. You team Errol Spence, man down.
And I'm team put my money where my mouth is too. So you got money on it, and
we betting on this fight.
I collect most of the money. I got people ducking me right now that owe me money from the other fights.
Oh really? You ain't
that? Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
I know you talking about.
But
that's
I don't
crazy.
It was light. It was light money. It was light money. It was nothing. It wasn't even $100. So it's not nothing that deep.
Yeah, but, or people like that, not the.
That just eliminates you from. You don't even qualify.
That's and all that. Cause I think that happened before in the past where he disappears and you're like, where the.
Because disappeared when Lomachenko. I'm one of the very few people that was going for Teofimo Lopez on that Lomachenko fight, and I wanted my money on that one. It wasn't that much money because You know, if
Yeah,
I
dog,
had
like
more confidence, I would put more up. But I was like, let me see, because you know,
yeah, that was a good fight. I was Lomachenko guys. He got it handed to him.
yeah,
He kind of exposed them because they was glorifying him so much, and he only had a little bit of fights, and he got exposed. He
but
got exposed.
we got a little bit of more paper on this fight.
Yeah, we betting 500, betting 500 on this
No.
fight. He said, "Put your money where your mouth is." All right, I've been saving up. I'm betting, and this is the fight. We usually have fight parties, come to the house, and everybody come together, watch the fights. But this is one of the fights that we plan on going. We're going to this event. We're going to be at this fight, and we're going to have our cameras. Now that we're starting the podcast, we're going to make sure we have our equipment. I mean, get the footage and talk to people. Hopefully, get to talk to one of the boxers. You know.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah. Go say what you were saying.
yeah, so I mean, we just gotta find a venue. Like, I mean, we still waiting for what, that date?
We waiting for the date.
Place. And the place, because I know Terrance Bud's not gonna win it in Texas. He's not gonna win it in Earl's home. You know, him have the home advantage.
Yeah, he said that. I think he said that.
But I mean, I respect Bud. He's a great fighter and everything, and I still put him like top pound for pound. But my thing is, I think I'm trying to figure out why he can't sell. Why?
I blame Top Rank.
Yeah, Top Rank.
I blame Top Rank, and I blame him too for resigning. That time he resigned, but I don't think he resigning this time.
Yeah, and like, because I mean, he didn't get the Pacquiao fight when him and Pacquiao were both there. When he didn't get they didn't even get in the Mikey Garcia fight when him and Mikey Garcia were both at Top Rank.
Right.
You know, both of them were at 140. Like, right, I mean, right. Like, those are things that, you know, should have already been under his belt for like to have almost 40 something fights.
Right. He didn't get a lot of big fights until Gamboa was a champ, undefeated or something at that time at 130, 135. He got that. That was that was considered like a big fight, right?
Yeah, that was a big fight, but now Gamboa is just like a journeyman. Everybody making Gamboa. It's just a paycheck. It's just making himself look good.
Yeah, he's done with. In my opinion, he's done with. I mean, there's other boxing fans that's gonna watch this. That's probably one of their favorites. But in my opinion, he's done with. I mean, he's been exposed many times.
Yeah. No, he's just there to, you know, get a good pay, like not a pay-per-view, but, you know, put butts in seats. He's a good name for you to fight to gauge yourself a little bit. You know, because Haney fought him. You know, Haney got the decision over him. Tank knocked him out in like the 11th round.
We're gonna talk about them too.
Yeah,
Haney and Tank and the youngins.
So, but yeah, I mean, Bud got I don't know, the pay-per-views aren't selling because nobody's believing that the other person has a chance when he's fighting those other people. You're putting Amir Khan. Nobody was going to pick Amir Khan. You know, that's why nobody's going to go out to those fights. You know, nobody think, like, the reason why Maidana had a good fight with Mayweather and they ran that one back is because people believed that Maidana had a chance against Mayweather. So that's why it was selling. Like, they believe Pacquiao had a chance against Mayweather. That's why that sold. Everybody in UK, they believe that
they just wanted to see Mayweather lose too.
Yeah,
yeah. Everybody, if Mayweather was fighting to nobody, he's still gonna sell. Because
Bud's such a good guy, nobody wants to see him lose. He's not the villain.
Well, yeah, he could.
Like, in any fight,
Errol hit. They both kind of chill. Errol and Terrance.
Yeah. Earl's a good guy, but is that people doubt his skills. Like, Mikey Garcia swore he saw something that Errol doesn't do. He thought, you know, but when you're coming from the Olympics, it's about hit and not getting hit. So you have to be to be even an Olympic qualifier. You know, you have to be elusive, and you know, like Errol got there, so his skills are there. He's only going to show you what he needs to show you. Like, he don't have to, like, he's only going to show you a portion of what he can do.
Yeah, whatever fighter push him to that point, you got to push him to that. Yeah.
So he basically fights that style. And I mean, and he has his corner. He got the trainer of the year. And that guy could be the trainer of the year for the last 3 years for real. I mean, you got the Charlo brother, and you got Earl Spence, and now you got Frank Martin. You got that team.
They
You got
Charlo unified the division. Undisputed. And
Earl's unified.
Okay, all right.
Undisputed means you had all of them.
All the belts. Undisputed.
So Earl got to get this one more. He's unified. He unified 3 belts. Now, like this last one, will make him undisputed.
So the coach
when he gets that.
So that coach got 1 unified and 1 undisputed. Do we got anybody?
And then Frank Martin's one as well. He's the probably one of the top 3 prospects. I mean, I would put him after Boots and maybe Tank. I mean, I have Boots as like the top prospect, and then I wouldn't even say Boots is a prospect no more, or Tank is not a prospect anymore because Tank got a few names under his belt.
Yeah.
But as far as Errol Spence, back to Errol Spence and the Terrance Crawford fight. I mean, all we're doing is waiting for the day, the time. I mean, the excitement. But I'm not going to get too hype about it because I don't want to get pushed. I'm scared that something's not going to happen.
Something I'm every time I see news about it, they say, "Oh, it's getting close," and Errol's team saying that it's close, and they just waiting on this, and Terrance's team saying that. Like it's sounding good. It's sounding good, but we don't see it till we believe it. That's our style.
Until I get a firm date and a firm time. I mean, and then speculation is speculation. Everybody can say what their opinions are. So, we're here to share our opinions. And I mean, here's the reason why I think Errol can win. I believe that his level of competition has been the top 5 fighters in his division for the last 3 years. He hasn't fought nobody that's not a top 5 fighter in the last 3 years, even with that accident.
He said, I don't want no tune-up. I'm coming out there. I don't want to start. I want to go straight to the hitters.
He got the best of Ugas. He got the best of the best like Ugas that Ugas could be, because Ugas was hot. He was on fire. He just got the belt, he retired Manny Pacquiao. And then Errol just put the brakes on that man's career. We don't know how Ugas will recover and how he'll look in his next fight.
Yeah, he breaking their retina, they eye sockets, breaking eye sockets.
Yeah, I mean, and his body work. I mean, and I think his jab is the reason. I think his jab could be the difference in that Terrance Crawford fight. His jab. Now I don't he does leave himself open. That's how we got caught with that mouthpiece, and that was a little scary moment when Ugas got him. But Errol, see what I like about Errol is he learns from fight to fight. And he's not going to make that mistake again. And ever since that Monday or whatever, he said he went back into training because he's been training for Terrance Crawford this whole year so far.
He's been training. Yeah, I believe Terrance been training too for Errol. I feel like, my prediction, I feel Terrance will win with simply the better skills, counter punching, quicker, simply just beating him to the punch. We'll hit him with a counter uppercut and a body shot. Body shots. I think his quick swiftness, his moving. I think he just got Errol. I think he's a little faster than Errol. I think he's gonna beat him to the punch. That's my opinion. That's what I think that's going to happen. But my only concern is if he do beat him to one of them punches and hit him with a nice counter, and Errol be like, "Oh, that was nice. That tastes good. That was a piece of cake." Like if he eat his punches, if he just eat his punch. And Errol Spence style, he's relentless, and he also have skill. I don't discredit Errol and his skill. He also have. That's why it's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. To me, a lot of people going to say, people will say Errol going to dominate, or people that talk like that and say, Terrance 6 rounds, Terrance going not. People that talk like that, they just being biased. They just talking from. But like you said, Errol, he fought the better competition than Terrance Crawford. So this going to be like. Terrance Crawford fought the Kell Brooks at the you said they was washed up already, and I don't like that because they still at the same time they're still hungry, they're getting another opportunity. If I beat Terrance, I'm back.
That American fight.
No. American, yeah, no.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And Kell Brooks,
Sean Porter and Kell Brooks,
now Sean Porter is the exception, but his dad. his dad like didn't let him finish it out. Like Sean Porter was going back and forth the same way he was going with Errol.
Yeah.
And
And
see,
he actually was making it a good fight. They had him
yeah,
down. They had Sean winning of a lot
yeah,
of them
some people had
rounds.
him winning. I mean,
Yeah.
the and like Bud has leaves openings in some of his fights. The way he walked into his footwork is not 100.
You saw like with Mean Machine?
Yeah, because from the switching from when he be switching from southpaw
The
to
Orthodox.
orthodox and orthodox to southpaw, that's when Green Machine, that's when Mean Machine or whatever that guy's name, yeah, Mean Machine, that's when he caught him. Like the footwork was a little bit off when he's switching that, switching positions. So he got it, like he can't make, neither one of them can make those mistakes.
Can't make no mistakes. The thing about so the thing about when he fought Mean Machine, see he just like Earl. Earl said, I'm going to fight when he fought Mikey Garcia. He said, I'm gonna fight his fight and box. I'm gonna show y'all I can box. Terrance did the same thing. He said with Mean Machine like to slug it out. I'm gonna slug it out with him. It was stupid like game plan, but that's the dog in both of them. They both got that dog in them, and I think that's gonna be one of the great. That's gonna make the fight so great, and it make the fight.
Yeah, and it's going to make a great fight. But I just like Horn and Mean Machine. I just like, who the hell are they?
who the hell are they? Like,
That's why I didn't mention.
He's fighting nobodies.
Yeah, that's why I didn't mention Ocampo. Like that's why I didn't mention like Ocampo when Errol Spence knocked out Ocampo was undefeated too. But who's Ocampo?
Yeah,
like what like it's just like it's kind of like who's that? Cambosis. Cambosis nobody knew who Cambosis was until Tio lost to him. But that's Tio training hard enough. So, but like the Mean Machine and what's that? The guy who he took the belt from Pacquiao and
the guy that beat Pacquiao.
Yeah, dag. And then Terrance.
I know his name, so I know his name.
Took his title. It started with the F, right?
Who? Which one?
No.
The guy that beat Pacquiao and Errol came
Who
up.
got his belt from? I got Wikipedia that's no time. I could look that up.
The name on the tip of my tongue, pause. But I the name is right there.
Yeah, but Terrance Crawford, like I think he's more quick than fast, and I think people underestimate that Errol has some speed too. But he's not like he has speed, but he'd rather put power into those shots. So he'd rather hit harder than because they're both athletes, they're both athletic, and what Derek James is teaching Errol Spence is like to be fundamental, because like if you just rely on all your speed and all that stuff, one day all that stuff goes away. Just like Roy Jones, like he said about Roy Jones. Once Roy Jones lost like some of that speed, people were knocking Roy Jones out left and right.
Yeah, but then he got speed, and see Terrance Crawford got speed and he got good timing. That's what made him a good. That's what makes him a good counter puncher. He got good timing. So
and that, but Danny Garcia is known for counter punching.
Need more time. Hold on. Your free meeting will end in 10 minutes. Need more time. Zoom Pro provides unlimited meetings and more.
No, this is good.
That was good. This basically was 10 more minutes. Yeah, that's cool. And I am going to get that Pro, that Zoom Pro, because sometimes we could go in. But yeah, so we touched on this Errol and Terrance fight and my predictions. But at the end of the day, it's a 50-50. We don't know. But what you were saying earlier about how they fight different fights, like they don't fight every fight the same. They're like, oh, I'm gonna show you that I could beat him this way. I'm gonna show this person I could beat that person that. So I think if Terrance, I don't want Terrance to go in there trying to fight Errol's fight and slug it out with him. I don't think it'll be a good idea. See, Errol, he could do that with Mikey Garcia. He could take them risks, and he probably could eat a lot of his punches. He's really the smaller guy moving up in like 2 weight classes. Terrance, he's the smaller guy, but he's not
like that Mikey Garcia fight. I I'm trying to remember when Errol got hit because that jab was just staying on Mikey Garcia's face all day. It's like Errol
and Mikey is short. He's short.
And then, but
that reach.
Danny Garcia is a counter puncher too. See, so
but Danny not. I don't think Danny is.
And Danny just switched sides. He said Terrance at first, and now he's like closer to the fight. Now he's switching. Now everybody's switching the closer we get to the fight.
All right, yeah, I heard something about Danny saying.
So and Danny said,
the power, Errol's power, saying
he didn't know what to do with that jab, and sometimes that does that jab is his goal. Errol doesn't overcommit with his jab, so it's gonna he jabs and he's like sticking and moving with the jab, so he's not gonna overcommit. So for the counter, you can counter right on the jab.
He gonna dip that joint. Pow, uppercut, body shot.
That jab stays on. That jab is.
Yo,
and actually, and in all reality, Bud has the reach, but he throws shorter punches.
So Bud got a reach advantage over Errol.
He has maybe an inch reach advantage.
See, I didn't do my homework on that part. Okay.
Yeah, he has a reach advantage. I think Bud's is 7'2" wingspan or something and Errol's wingspan is probably about 7'1", something like that. It's like reach. Bud has a reach. 74-inch reach. Bud has a 74-inch reach, and Errol does have height on him. Errol has an inch.
Errol's like an inch taller, a couple inches taller.
But when you see them standing together, that it don't, when you leaning and you got your shoulder out. I mean, but Errol's jab keeps him in a defensive position at the same time. See, I like the trainers so much. Derek James is such a great trainer. He's watching the tape.
He got a nice jab, and they're both going to have to make adjustments. And I know it's going to be I know Terrance might switch a few times, but he's gonna come in southpaw. I don't know. We'll see.
And we don't want to forget that Errol's a body snatcher. He goes to the body. He's a body snatcher. He has knockouts by the body knockouts.
That's the only part I think Terrance is gonna fight that. I think Terrance is gonna throw some body shots too. I think when I say I'll fight your fight, I think. When it come to that, he could fight his fight. I think he could throw some good body shots. I feel like
Jeff Horn. Yeah. That's that guy.
Jeff Horn.
Touching back on that. Who he got that belt from?
From Jeff Horn beat Pacquiao, and then Terrance Crawford. That's his first fight moving up to 147, and he got it from Jeff Horn. And Jeff Horn was, I mean, he kind of got robbed. They say Pacquiao kind of got robbed when he fought Jeff Horn.
Yeah.
But I look back at the fight. The fight was kind of close though. But I can see that it was in Australia.
Irregardless, Pacquiao still did come back and beat Keith one-time Thurman to take the WBA belt, and then Ugas retired him.
And I want to see Keith Thurman fight Boots, but I don't know. Is Keith ducking? I don't know what's going on, Keith. Don't duck me, son.
So I'm down here in Clearwater, so I'm gonna tap these gyms. I'm gonna go in and out of these gyms and seeing, I'm gonna ask him, is he ducking them, son?
Yeah, and this is we the Raw fans. We the Raw. All right, we got over the time thing up there. We got 4 minutes. All right.
Yeah. We ducking them. I mean, because my thing is You done played all these games around with Errol Spence to where he don't even want to fight you. He don't even like you no more because you kept playing all these games oh no, I got to be 100% healthy. You stay injured when it's time to fight Errol, but you gave Pacquiao a fight. You stay injured when it was time to fight Danny Garcia, Errol, but when you gave Danny Garcia a fight, you stay injured when they said, oh, you don't got no belts, you don't got no name, you don't got no belts, but you fight Sean Porter who sells better. At that time, Sean Porter wasn't selling better than Errol Spence. Danny Garcia might have been selling as good as Errol Spence at that time. But you're giving other people fights.
Picking and choosing.
Yeah.
That lion dog coming up and you're not giving him a shot. And
Yeah,
you now you wonder, and you wanted people to give you a shot. And he's feeling like how you feel when you was like, "Don't duck me,
yeah.
son."
So now you're
Okay,
going to boots like you're not. You got to go
some
through. You got
we
to fight
from
somebody.
we from Philly. Somebody gotta give Boots. Somebody gotta give Boots a chance. Somebody they can't duck him forever. He gonna
Yeah,
keep looking. He gonna keep looking great, and he gonna somebody mandatory. We gonna
and
see.
they
We
keep
gonna
playing
see. He really.
around. Earl and Bud play around, and Boots will meet you at 154.
Yo.
Boots will meet you at 154. He might even go after Charlo. Who knows? I
Yeah.
mean, he's got good enough size. He's not. He's
Uh,
not. He's what 5'10", 5'11". He's got good size for. He's not a small welterweight. He can
right.
move up to junior middleweight.
Yeah, he
So
definitely can. He could get up there with them. Danny already up there,
yeah,
154. Danny
yeah, and
his first fight is the other Benavidez, David, not
yeah,
David, but the Joe, his brother. What's your
yeah.
prediction? What's your prediction on that? Danny by knockout?
No, Jose Benavidez, right?
Yeah, Jose Benavidez.
I don't know. I don't got it by knockout though, because Benavidez he only took that one L by Terrance Crawford, and that was the TKO
Yeah,
in that 12th round. So I mean, I got Danny
by decision.
yeah, by decision. By decision.
Scorecard. Winning on that scorecard,
I
getting the
mean,
points.
both,
He got to be active. He got to be more active though if you want to get that one
because I
by
mean
the
both of them are
scorecard.
moving up to 154. I guess they can't hold that 147 no more. They
Right.
can't like dehydrate down to that no more. So they both going to 154.
Right. And his brother, David Benavidez, you said something earlier about him fighting. Oh, is someone calling him out? Or are they talking about a fight
Andre,
potentially?
Demetrius Andre.
Demetrius Andres. And he needs some fights too. Like these people just getting swept under the rug. It seemed like they not being
And,
active and getting good
and,
fights.
and who's undefeated for real is time, because time is not waiting for none of these people. These dudes are going in their mid 30s and early 30s. By the time, like they only got a short like 5, 6 years left.
Yeah.
They're past their primes. Like everybody's body like checks out at a different time. So you might grow past your prime at like 36, 35, 33.
Yeah, and these big names guys start giving people fights, start giving people a chance, giving them a fight. We got Canelo. Canelo was
Because
not
now
giving none of them a fight, and
Canelo's like
then he got exposed.
he's like Earl Spence age. He's younger than Terrance Crawford. And but who wants to see Triple G part 3? Like I'm just
Yeah.
so uninterested in that fight.
Less than a minute. So all right, we going to wrap it. This is neutral corners, and this first
Yeah,
episode.
a good conversation.
And we're gonna talk about them young guys too next episode. The
And
Tank
like and
Davis.
subscribe and share. Like, subscribe, and share. And also, if you have any questions, any topics you want us to talk about,
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Yep.
That's how we.
Shakur the top youngin. I'm gonna leave it like that. Out of Devin Haney and all them, we're gonna talk about that too. But I think he's gonna be the top.
Tank.
He gonna be the top youngin. That's gonna be a good fight. But all right, this the end of this. Peace. Signing off. Like, subscribe, like he said.
Like, share, and subscribe.